This is a two-part craft. First we need to press the flowers and then we will assemble the Suncatcher. To make pressed flowers you will need small freshly cut blooms that are relatively thin, parchment paper, and 3 or 4 heavy books. Fold 2 pieces of parchment paper in half, just a little bigger than the books that you will be using. Open up the book in the middle and insert the parchment paper, making sure to press it down into the crease. Arrange the flowers on one side so that they are as flat as possible and are not touching each other. Carefully close the book so the flowers are in between the pieces of parchment paper and pile on 2 or 3 heavy books. Let them sit for 10 days to 2 weeks. Once that much time has passed, check and make sure your flowers are completely dried and they're ready to use. To make the Suncatcher, you will need your finished pressed flowers, something round to trace around, clear contact paper, a marker, scissors, a hole punch, fishing line, and a paint marker. Trace around your round object on the contact paper. I'm only going to make 1 pattern instead of 2 because it's kind of hard to line up 2 pieces exactly. So we'll cut the other circle once the 2 pieces are adhered together. Peel the backing off your circle and place it on a hard surface with the sticky side up. Now arrange your flowers on the sticky side. I like to make the pattern ahead of time so I know exactly where I'm going to place them. Be sure and stick them down, but you'll have a chance to make sure they're perfectly flat in just a minute. Now stick another piece of contact paper with the sticky side down over the circle. Make sure it's bigger than your circle. Start in the middle and press the sides down, being careful not to get any air bubbles. Now you want to press the 2 pieces of contact paper together to seal those flowers in there and to make it just as clear as possible. Now you can trim the other piece of contact paper around the circle to make sure that the edges are perfectly even. Use a hole punch to punch a hole at the top. I'm going to use a paint marker to make a decoration around the edge. I'm placing my Suncatcher on white so I can see clearly. You could also use a permanent marker. You can do whatever design you want. I find just making little dots is the easiest. Let it dry completely before you do the next step. Cut a long piece of fishing line and then thread the 2 ends through the hole coming from the back, and then thread the ends through the loop where you folded it in half and pull it snug. Not too tight, you don't want it to tear, just snug enough to stay in place. Your Suncatcher is now ready to hang. Please subscribe to my channel so I can keep bringing you new craft videos every week.